What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's the claw. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Meal Prep. Today, in this kitchen, my kitchen, Sonia's kitchen, we're going to make some turkey chili in the crock pot. Pretty easy? Well, let's get started. So for this turkey chili, what are we going to need? We got some easy ingredients, but a lot of spices. Let's check it out. So we got some ground turkey, green onions, we got a regular yellow onion, Spanish onion, red pepper, we got some garlic, some corn on the cob, we have some diced tomatoes, I have some tomato paste, some red kidney beans, and to kick it up a notch, we have a Serrano pepper. You can use any pepper, I have Serrano. And then I have some cilantro. Let's go ahead and start browning the meat, chop up the onion, and then let's get to it. My eyes are burning. No, seriously, they're really burning, okay? So to avoid this, you can rinse off your onions in some cold water. That will help, the tears from falling, but they're starting to fall now. So why am I talking like I'm from the country? I don't know, but okay. Woo! Alright, this is why I normally cut onions off camera. So the onions are all cut up. Go ahead and start browning the, well actually I'm gonna go wash my hand first. Oh, wait a minute. This is real. Okay, so I'm gonna use 93% lean ground turkey, 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil, all right, so the onions are starting to get a little color. I'm gonna go ahead and add the ground turkey now. All right, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. All right, I'm gonna add 2 cloves of garlic to this. We'll add more garlic later. So while the ground turkey is finishing browning, so we want to get all the pink out of there, let's go ahead and cut up the red pepper, shuck this corn, and take the kernels off the ear. All right? Off the ear. Take the kernels off the ear. All right, let's get started. Alright, so the red pepper is all cut up. Now let's go ahead and start on the Serrano pepper. Let's go ahead and start on this. Let's go ahead and start on the Serrano pepper. You can use a jalapeno, whatever. This is what I had in my refrigerator, so this is what we're going to use. Alright? If you want to make it not as spicy, don't leave all the seeds in. Okay, I'm going to toss this in with the ground turkey. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the corn. I'm going to shuck it. Just pull it here, pull back. Always have a trash can handy. If you want to know if corn is ready to be used, if you take your finger and you press a corner, ooh, and the juice pops out like you just popped me in my eye, then this corn is ready to go. So, thank you, corn. All right, we gotta go wash the corn. I'll be back in a flash. So this corn is raw. I'm gonna add this to the crock pot. It's gonna cook on slow for about 4 to 6 hours. So I no need to pre-cook the corn before I put it in, okay? So let's go ahead and take the kernels off the cob. Now you could use frozen corn too. You don't have to take it off the cob. I just like the way fresh corn tastes. So you could use about a cup to a cup and a half of frozen corn if you want. If you don't want to go through all this, just use frozen corn, okay? So it's kind of late. I started this meal prep at 8 o'clock. It's already 8:20. So I'm gonna cook this on high for 4 hours. Normally I would cook it on low for about 6 to 8 hours, but it's fine. The reason why I'm putting it in the crock pot, so when you take tomatoes out of a can, the longer you cook them, the more it's gonna get rid of that like aluminum taste to it. So cook your, until you're making spaghettis and stuff, the longer you can cook it slow and longer, you'll get rid of that flavor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, whatever, but trust me, cook it as long as possible. That's why like spaghetti always tastes better the next day. Let's start assembling all the ingredients together, all right? Got the turkey, it's all brown, it's good to go. Onions are caramelized. Now this is 2.5 pounds of ground turkey I'm using here. Let's put the corn in next. Again, this is raw corn, about 4 to 5 ears. There were smaller ones, so these aren't the big ones. Or you could use frozen corn. Now I'm from Jersey, so I love corn. Jersey's known for their Jersey corn. So I grew up eating corn all the time. Corn, corn, corn. Maybe that's why I'm a cornball. Okay, no, let's stop. Let's add the red bell pepper. 28 ounces of diced tomatoes with no extra added salt. So I added beans. Now make sure that you rinse your beans off thoroughly because you don't want to have some gas. So rinse your beans, okay? No gas. Well, remember the rest of the garlic? Let's go ahead and add that. So I got about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, depending on the size. 1/4 of a cup of chopped cilantro. All right, so it's time to add our seasonings. 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt. I use Himalayan pink salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. So I already pre-measured them out, so let's go ahead and pour that in. One last ingredient is some no salt added tomato sauce. Now they didn't have the big cans when I went, so I had to get 2 small ones. So this is 8 ounces. So I'm gonna add 2 of these, so that's 16 ounces. Now if I had it, I would have put a green bell pepper in here as well because I just love as many vegetables as I can load in here. That's great. But I'll cook some vegetables on the side later, maybe some steamed broccoli or something as a compliment. But that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and put the top on it, and I'll be back in 2 hours to add the tomato paste. All right, so I've been on the road for like the last week or so traveling for work, so I haven't had a chance to meal prep. So today is my start back into meal prepping to get back on a more consistent basis. It's hard eating when you're on the road traveling. I spent a lot of time in airports, or I had to eat whatever was readily available. I've got a lot of traveling coming up, so it's gonna be interesting to see what can I find on the road to eat that's healthy. Or am I gonna have time to meal prep in my hotel room? Well, let's see in a couple of weeks. Stay tuned for that. But let's come back in a little bit and check on this chili, all right? All right, guys, this is a wrap. Meal prep is finally done. It is about, oh my goodness, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So I need to go ahead and put these meals together. We're gonna go ahead and top them with some green onions and some fat-free cheese that I went ahead and grated. Oh, that looks so good. Can you see that? Can you see what Sonia's cooking? Okay, that's corny. God. It's too late. Now, as you can see, I'm not doing any carbs, any complex carbs. I'm gonna pair this with like a salad, or I might do some broccoli. So all the meals are put together. Let's look at them. We have some chili with corn, beans, and it's turkey chili, so it's gonna be really less with fat. And then we have it topped with some fat-free cheese. I don't like a lot of cheese, so you can see that there's not a lot on some of these. And then we have it with some green onions as well. I gotta pack these up and go to bed. If you like what you saw, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you can see more content. I try to post twice a week. If you know someone who is stuck in the same old chicken with brown rice and broccoli meal prep, week after week after week, feel free to share this video or any of my other meal prep videos. I'm sure they'll be thankful that you did, all right? And remember to stay focused, stay positive, and keep it moving. Good day, everybody. I'm going to bed.